I'm wearing a piglin head. Mojang has delivered Snapshot 22W46A with some details for version 1.20. As to add to the other heads, we now have the piglin head. Now let's see how to obtain it. As with the other heads, we need to obtain a charged creeper, and the piglin needs to die in the explosion. Now let's remember we had the head of a zombie, the creeper, skeleton, wither skeleton, the dragon, the player, and today we can add the piglin head. Another characteristic that has been obtained is that if we place the heads over the block nodes, we can reproduce the sounds. And now we can add the piglin head. Curiously enough, the player head has no functionality regarding sounds. By the way, have you ever noticed that if we use dragon heads in our hands, they look like crab pincers? Let's admit it. We are all going to prank our friends using the sounds from the creeper. But we can also do it with the dragon head, which makes a lot of noise. On another note, we all know that hostile mobs in the nether spawn with an illumination level of 11. But on this snapshot, illumination level for endermen, wither skeletons, and skeletons has been changed to 7. Mojang has said that the reason they did this is so mob farms, which are pretty powerful, can now be nerfed. I'm talking about the farms which use stacks and stacks of nether portals, like this one. These portal farms used to spawn the mobs right in the portal, but now we can see that the block just aside the portal has an illumination of 10, and now these mobs will not be able to appear here. Some changes with the bamboo block. Now let's remember that on the previous snapshot, bamboo planks were made like this, using 4 bamboo. But for parity with the other wood blocks, the blocks of bamboo are made like this, with 9 bamboo. As to continue with the parity, now strip bamboo blocks are a thing. In this version, what was added is the top texture of the strip bamboo blocks. You can see that it is different from the normal bamboo blocks. Also, in the case of bamboo, now hanging signs are made like this, with 2 chains and 6 strip bamboo blocks, as to maintain the parity with the other wood types. Now my favorite change is regarding the chisel bookshelves. This is a change that has been requested by the Minecraft community. Now we can individually interact with each of the 6 slots of the chisel bookshelf. We just need to point to the place and we can place or retrieve a book that is there. So now the bookshelf doesn't have a specific order in which the books are placed or retrieved when interacting with them manually. Now let's suppose I just want to place a book in the 6th slot. So I just do this. Now I want one in slot 1. Now in slot 4. Now I want the book on slot 1. And if we press F3, we can see this data. Here you can see on display slots occupied from slot 0 to slot 5, and you can see slot 3 and slot 5 are the only ones that are occupied. Now we place a book on slot 2, and we can see the variable changes to true. Now we can see in the chisel bookshelves. On the back, each slot of the chisel bookshelf has our already determined texture. So regardless of what kind of book we place on each slot, well, each slot acquires a specific texture for the book. Let's remember, this block also has a variable called last interaction with book slot. This variable stores a number that determines which of the slots was the last time we place or retrieve a book. So, if we wanted the comparator to emit a power of 1, then in the chisel bookshelf we need to interact for the last time with slot 0. It might be interesting to design a combination lock, where we will have to interact with each of these slots in a specific order in order for us to open a door. I'll probably work on this circuit one of these days. Now, if interacting manually with this chisel bookshelf, we don't have a specific order in which the books will be placed or retrieved, hoppers and droppers do. So if we activate one, we can see that these books fill up the slots in a specific order, from 0 to 5. Retrieving books has the same order. The last change I want to cover is in the menu. We go to Options, then Retrieve Data. Through this option of telemetry data, Mojang will be able to acquire a lot of the information we give out through playing. This is regardless we connect to a server or we play on single mode. Mojang says is using this information in order to, in the future, make the game more enjoyable for each player. Here we can hit data collection, right now it's in minimal. If we click it says all. So in this option now, the quantity of information Mojang is collecting from us is a lot bigger. Mojang has not specified the way in which this information will be used, but let's hope this is a good thing. So tell me what you think about it. Now this has been my review for this snapshot, and as you can see, as I run the pickling series are flapping, the same occurs with redstone. This has been Big Brother 161, and remember, I will be watching.